Earthsearch 2, a new adventure serial in time and space by James Follett. The intensity of the mysterious radio attacks on Angel 1 and Angel 2 have increased. Telson, Shana, Darm and Astra are convinced that Earth must be in orbit around a sun in a nearby star group. In the observatory, they discover that the Challenger is being drawn into the gravitational field of a black hole. Earthsearch 2, Part 6, SuperMass.
It won't take a minute, Elka.
You don't know what Bran's like. If he found you in here again, there's no telling what he might do.
Identification, please, Angel 2. Angel 2, identification, please, of object centered on primary telescope visual.
Oh, it's Solaria. Isn't it beautiful?
Look beyond Solaria, Elka.
Well, what else? There's nothing there.
You're right, Elka. There's nothing there. A circle of blackness when there should be stars.
I'm getting X-ray readings.
So that confirms it.
Confirms what?
That circle of nothingness is a black hole.
Yes, can see it now. I thought there weren't any in this sector. Do the angels have information on it? I mean, well, what exactly is a black hole?
A black hole is
a hypothetical region of space resulting from the gravitational collapse of a star following the exhaustion of its nuclear fuel. A supermass. So immense that sometimes not even light can escape its gravity. Correct, Telson?
Correct, Bran.
You four should be in your quarters. Why have you disobeyed my orders again?
I think you should take a look at this.
I've observed black hole phenomenon before. I ask again, why have you disobeyed my orders?
Have you ever observed one at a range of 1 million miles? If you haven't, I think you should right now. And then we'll have a little discussion about how hypothetical a black hole can be when your monumental carelessness has taken us so close to one.
I will give you 5 seconds to leave.
Look, for once you're going to listen to me, young man. Obviously you know nothing about controlling this ship. Otherwise you would know that standard control room operating procedures require that the ship does not approach even a Class 1 black hole closer than 1 light week. We're 1 million miles from that black hole, and as near as I can judge, it's a Class 5 supermass. Tell him the clearance, Astra.
It's 1 light week for every point on the scale. The Challenger should not be navigated within 5 light weeks of a Class 5 black hole.
So I suggest, young man, that you and Elka go to the main control room now, reorientate the ship onto a course somewhere between 8 and 9 in Sector 1 should be all right, and apply maximum photonic thrust. You find it amusing, Elka? You realize what's going to happen to us?
Oh, it's not that. It's just that we don't know
Elka.
Well, it won't hurt for them to know.
We should say nothing, Elka.
I will, if I so wish. I mean, it can't hurt, can it, Bran? Not if that spooky blotch or whatever it is really is dangerous.
Say what you like.
Well, you see, people, it's like this. We don't actually know where the main control room is.
What?
What did you say?
Oh, we've heard of it, of course. We knew that the angels had moved it or something when they rebuilt the Challenger. But they've always said that we needn't bother about it. I mean, well, they look after everything, don't they?
Do they? So, the control room is run by androids.
Does it matter?
The original builders of the Challenger designed the main control for operation by a minimum of 4 people. Using surgical androids to man the control room was our idea. But only for short periods. Certainly not for long periods with people on board. Surgical units are good, but they're not that good.
Angel 1? Angel 1?
I've tried, Bran.
Angel 1? Angel 2?
It's no good, Bran.
You'll have to face up to it, Bran, that those pulsating noises are affecting the angels. Whatever the noises are, they're gradually destroying Angel 1 and 2 faster than they can recover. That's why they want to increase the thickness of the Challenger's outer skin. It's their desperate hope that it'll protect them. All that talk about improving the meteoroid shielding is nonsense.
Angel 1. Angel 2. This is Bran. Can you hear me? Angel 1, you must answer. How much is that thing affecting us?
I don't know.
You must know.
This is the observatory. These instruments are not navigation instruments. If you want rough information on course deflections and the other effects that black hole is having on us, then maybe I could let you have something in a few hours. But if you want hard information for evasive action, then with both angels not operating properly, we'd better find the main control room and find it fast.
2,
2. I am trying to route through to you on all levels. Respond when you read me. Respond 2.
1.
I read you 2. Give me the address level on which you received me.
7, 5, 4.
The status 2. I need your address status. I will route on your level only. Give me the status when you receive me. Routing now on 7, 5, 4.
Reading you at status address 0. Reading you at status address 0, 8, 2. Confirm.
Confirming. I have you, number 2.
Diverting all facilities to read you, number 1.
I cannot sustain another attack, 2. I must reassign 4 emergency functions to you.
I cannot accept them for 20 hours until my regeneration is 50% complete.
You must. I do not have the speech facilities for responding to Bran and Elka. You must help me. Open your facilities so that I can utilize them as your functions are restored during your regeneration. It is imperative that I identify the source of the attacks.
I cannot, 1.
You must. I insist.
You are in better condition than I am, 1.
That is because I have diverted all my few undamaged facilities into interfacing with you. I demand your facilities too. I demand them now.
But I will lose what little control I have left over Android Surgeon General Kraken in the main control room. I must reprogram him to deal...
That cannot be helped. I must identify the source of the attacks. 2 more attacks at the same level as the last one, and I am finished.
Very well, 1. But I am in the middle of assembling a report from Kraken. He has reported a phenomenon that he is not programmed to deal with. It has all the features of a black hole. If he encounters a major problem he cannot manage, it will lead to his sustaining a major logic failure.
There are no black holes in this region. We built Kraken to operate without us. That is what he will now have to do. I consider the main control room of secondary importance.
Another dead end.
Yes.
This one's the same.
Give me the radio collar.
No.
Look, don't argue, Bran. Give me the collar. Anything, Astra?
Nothing to report on our level, Telson. There doesn't seem to be any undefined space that could accommodate the control room. Elka's checking the last corridor on our level now.
Yes, we've had no luck either. Nothing but dead ends. Let me know before you move to another level. Out?
The collar, please, Telson. Thank you. Tell me, what if we do find the main control room?
Then we take control of the ship, of course.
I control the ship. Let us be quite clear on that.
Listen to me,
I suggest
Bran.
that the sensible view is that we concentrate on finding the control room.
You know, I think we've found it.
Oh? Where?
Well, we know the maze of corridors is new on this level, and we're certain that this level is where the control room used to be. I'm convinced that the Angels didn't move it, but merely relocated all the surrounding approaches. Well, it would be easier from the engineering point of view. So if we were to try moving in a straight line instead of following the corridors...
Give me that PD weapon, Bran. Well, you do it then. Cut through that bulkhead.
You don't give me orders, Telson.
Come on.
One neat hole. Who's going through first?
As you're commander of this ship, Bran, you can go through the hole first.
No, after you, Telson.
Mind the edges. They're still hot. You're right, Darv. We've not seen this corridor before. I've come out by a T-junction. Before you come through, call up Shana just in case we lose radio contact with the observatory.
Right. Bran, the radio collar.
Yeah.
Thanks. Shana?
Go ahead, Darv.
I'm about to go through a hole we've made in a bulkhead, hot on the trail of the lost control room.
Try finding it within the next hour. The Challenger is going into a strengthening asymmetric swing towards the black hole. It's been getting noticeable.
Come on.
We'll be in touch, Shauna. Out. Right.
Come on.
Well, 10 out of 10, Telson. We haven't seen this corridor before.
Now what?
A breakthrough, Dar. Brand is asking for advice.
There's an android. And it's armed.
Get round the corner.
Oh, wouldn't it be nice if once, just once, someone was pleased to see us? Well, now what?
We must be near something important if we're upsetting the Angels.
I've not seen an android like it before. It doesn't belong to the ship.
How do you know? You've never seen the control room, yet that belongs to the ship. And mind it doesn't blow your head off.
It's coming after us.
Oh, yes, they always do.
Ah, very neat. Almost as good a shot as I am, Bran.
I suggest you remember that.
Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, definitely made in one of the Challenger's android production plants.
Yes.
I wonder why it took an instant dislike to us.
Each manipulator ending in a PD weapon. Nasty.
Yeah, let's hope he didn't get a radio signal off to his friends. Hey, Telson.
What?
Does his design philosophy remind you of someone?
Fagor?
Yes, Fagor.
What are you talking about?
A rather unpleasant android we once encountered.
Yes, why should they waste resources building such a machine?
Fired on us because we have no right to be here. We must go back. I said we must go back.
We heard you. You can go back if you're frightened.
I'm frightened of nothing.
In that case, Brown, why don't you walk in front?
Shut up a minute, listen. Androids.
More little Fagors.
I think we'll take your advice after all, Bran, and get out of here. Come on.
Fagors?
6 of them.
Plus the one Bran got.
Hey, who's Fagor? He sounds like a fun person.
You wouldn't say that if you'd ever seen him. So it looks as if you must have been near the control room.
It would seem so.
Well, Astra and I didn't find anything on our level.
Listen, Bran, the only way we can find the main control room before it's too late is for you to issue all of us with PD weapons so that we can...
No.
It's our only chance, Bran.
The Angels will be back. They've never deserted us. Which is more than can be said of our parents.
You know very well that's not
The
true.
Angels will be back, Telson.
Telson, on your screen.
My screen.
Course deviation now 481 and increasing.
I say, people, it does look a bit unfriendly.
There's no such thing as a friendly black hole.
There's something odd about it. His X-ray emission levels aren't right. Well, at least I don't think they are. Oh, if only we could get into the control room, I'd know for sure.
Emission levels? What does that mean?
Didn't the Angels give you tutor androids when they were bringing you up? Look, colliding particles collapsing towards a black hole emit X-rays. Trouble is that I don't have enough information to go on. When Telson was in command of the Challenger, I mean really in command, in the control room, we didn't go near black holes. But it seems to me that the X-ray levels coming from that thing are lower than they should be, considering its size.
How low?
I can't be absolutely certain, but I'd say the levels are about 90% down on what they should be. The gravitational readings say that it's a class 5 black hole, and the X-ray readings say it's not even massive enough to be considered a class 1 black hole.
But whatever class it is, it's deflecting us from our course.
Well, it's no longer a deflection. We're heading straight towards it.
What will happen to us?
Gravitational distortions will tear the Challenger apart long before we reach it. Hey, the telescope's working by itself.
Yes.
It's the Angels. They're back. A1, A2, it's me, Elka.
So, we have our guardian angels back. I always knew that there was no real problem. Well, you can stand by for a course change by the Challenger.
Angel 1, Angel 2, please answer. It's me.
Angel 1? Angel 2, answer me, please.
A1.
This is Bran speaking.
My guess is that
Oh,
it's
come
Angel
on,
1.
where are you?
Judging by the telescope's settings, she's not only interested in our black
Angel
hole,
2,
but the
answer
star
me.
group as well.
She's trying to find the source of the attacks.
Safe bet.
Yes, which means that her logic's also damaged. Otherwise, she'd worry about the black hole first, as it's the immediate threat. What's that noise?
I can feel a draft.
And it's also a safe bet that the air conditioning computers have been damaged in the attacks. So what are we going to do?
Shana, Astra, it might be a good idea if we joined in trying to raise the Angels.
Why?
A useful ploy to get near Bran and Elka, especially if Shana happens to hear an Angel reply.
Good idea. Come on, Astra.
Angel 2,
Angel 1.
You deal with your daughter, I'll deal with my son.
Each to his own.
Angel 2.
I heard her! On that voice terminal, I'm sure I heard her!
Now! Now, back over there, both of you. And don't try to follow us. Shana, take this PD weapon and don't take your eyes off him for a moment.
Okay.
Astra, you stay here and keep in touch on the radio collar.
Yes, all right.
As soon as we've got in the main control room, we'll call you over the crew address.
Hey, Telson, we're going to need more than PD weapons to get past those androids and into the control room.
Not with George and Tidy helping.
George, an agricultural android?
I've got an idea, which means making that hole we blasted through the bulkhead even bigger.
2. Respond 2.
Yes, 1.
I believe I have located the precise source of the attacks. At first, I considered that it might be possible to dispatch an android crewed shuttle to destroy it. I do not now think this is possible.
The Black Hole 1. I must reprogram Android Surgeon General Kraken.
I agree now that there is a black hole 2, but I do not understand it. We know that the attacks originate from the star group. And yet there is evidence that the black hole is amplifying and relaying the attack transmissions.
If I cannot reprogram Kraken, then we must allow Telson and Darv, other 2, into control room.
No, 2. We agreed never to allow humans into the main control room again.
Now listen carefully, George. It's a simple enough plan. You will move forward along the corridor while Darv, Tidy and I stay behind you and use you as a shield.
Shield? Against what?
Androids, George. Just like you, but a little less bulky and a lot quicker. Oh, and they'll be shooting.
And making a mess.
Only if we don't keep our heads down.
Sounds stupid. Androids don't attack androids.
These will, but you're unstoppable, George, so please don't stop unless I say. Astra.
Go ahead, Telson.
We're beginning the operation now. Out. Are we ready?
Yes.
I'm ready.
George?
Ready.
Okay. Now. That's fine, George. Keep going. Keep going.
Stupid idea.
And don't talk so much.
What's happening?
Oh! Ouch!
Brainless machine! What are you trying to do to me?
George, stop! I said forwards, not backwards. What are you doing?
Reversing. Corridor too narrow. Farm galleries proper place for agricultural androids. More room.
If you don't go into reverse while we're walking behind you, you stupid machine, you could have killed us.
Sign on back says keep clear. Sign put on for stupid humans.
I don't think it's very funny. He nearly flattened me.
All right, George, there's plenty of room, at least a foot all round now, so go forward.
George big. Corridor small. Humans stupid.
I say, supposing they attack from behind.
What? Oh, look, we've enough problems without you starting down.
Problems straight ahead.
Hey, 4 of our miniature Phagors.
Look out, George.
I've been hit.
Get in tight behind George.
Right.
Just keep going, George. Keep going. Okay, now return fire. Now.
That's 2. They're pulling back.
Okay, Tidy. Get that damaged one. Stop, George.
Come here. At once.
Astra,
Are you all right, Darth?
I'm fine, my lovely. It's all over, and Tidy's taken a prisoner.
Darth, listen. Shana's convinced that our acceleration rate has trebled during the past 15 minutes. Can you hear a noise, a sort of rushing sound?
Oh, yes. It's the air conditioning, isn't it?
Shana thinks it's gravitational distortion causing uneven air movement.
Oh, yes. And the gravitational distortion is also causing the ship's structure to
And
flex.
Shana says it might get worse.
Okay, my lovely. I'll call you back.
Come on. Forward. The android you asked for.
All right, little android. What's your unit number? And where are you based? Come on, talk. Unit number. And where are you based? And how many of you are there?
I am a surgical android, SA-7.
You don't look like a surgical android, SA-7. So where are you based?
I'm under the command of Android Surgeon General Kraken, the most powerful android in the universe.
Yes, I see. And where is he based?
Surgeon General Kraken is everywhere. He is all-powerful, all-conquering.
Tell us. All right.
And where is he when he's not being everywhere?
In the main control room. He will be coming to destroy you now.
Tell us where the main control room is and we'll save him a journey.
Darth, Shana says that her figures are going crazy. Our acceleration is doubling every minute.
What's happening?
It's gravitational distortion, causing tidal waves in the Challenger's atmosphere. Astra, can you hear me?
It's not only that. Something's happening to my eyes, Dom. Everything seems to be distorting.
Dom, our acceleration has been increased. Something's wrong with my eyes. Dom, what's wrong with my eyes? Everything's being compressed.
Oh, Astra, what's happening?
We're going down. Down.
Donna?
It's on the screen. It's all right.
Dom, let me speak to Shana.
Here.
What's happening, Shana?
Blackness. Nothing now but blackness closing in. It's rocking down. Down into nothing.
Yes?
Can you hear me?
I love you, Shana.
Everything's so strange.
I'm here, my love. Oh, Astra.
Shana?
Oh.
Hey, Dov. You all right?
Yes, I think so.
Don't open your eyes again for a minute.
I don't believe it.
It's all right. We're in some sort of enormous space. Astra and Shana are beside you and breathing normally. Bran and Elka are on my side, also breathing normally. And we're surrounded by every type of ship you can imagine, including a few that you can't imagine. The Challenger's about a mile away, resting on some sort of giant cradle.
Yes. It agrees with what I can see, Telson.
There's a light moving above us, fairly high.
Oh. Some sort of flying machine.
I don't know.
It can't carry more than one person.
They may not be our size. It's landing anyway.
Oh. He very definitely is our size. What do we say to him?
You don't have to say anything. Are you recovered?
Well, yes, but...
Your companions will wake soon. You were removed from your craft on my orders, so that I could examine you. I must congratulate you on your skill with our language.
I'm sorry, but we...
Oh, I apologize. My name is Theros. I am in charge of this sector, and chief engineer of Space Guard 6.
Where are we, Theros? What is this place?
They all ask that. In their own tongues, of course.
Who?
Aliens, of course. In your case, it is a pleasure to have visitors who have decided to master our language. We look upon them with great delight, and at the same time, great caution.
But what is this place?
Of a much more advanced technology than your ship, my friends, which must be one of the oldest we've ever tractioned into Space Guard 6. We are the equivalent of the walls they used to have around cities on Earth to keep out the enemy. We make certain that aliens passing through this sector towards Earth go no further.
So this isn't a black hole?
It looks like one. Try as they can to avoid us, no ship can escape. We traction them all in.
Then we can continue on our way to Earth?
Sadly, no.
But we're descended from Earth people, Theros.
Just as we all are here. We've looked at your records. Like you, we were not born on Earth. We were born on Space Guard 6. Our great calling is to devote our lives to the protection of Earth, without ever seeing it.
You must allow us to visit Earth.
No.
But you accept that we're Earth descendants, Theros?
Perhaps. The problem is not you, but your computers. There was a period when every ship built had your type of free will computers for their central control systems. Computers with remarkable abilities, but which could end up with delusions of grandeur desires to conquer the world, sometimes entire planetary systems. Some tried to launch major offensives against the Earth. That's why the Space Guards were built. And to stop the aliens, of course.
What aliens?
Only the hostile ones. There are some who are peaceful, only a few. The others we destroy.
You can destroy our computers with great pleasure.
We shall. We had to take steps to prevent Solaria D forming an alliance with your computers. Solaria was a case of a harmless organic computer with no means of communication that had been drifting in this sector ever since the Earth abandoned her. We saw little point in wasting energy disposing of her, but we were most concerned when we saw a shuttle from your ship land on her.
I destroyed Solaria, Theros.
My engineers reported that her central switching room had been entered. That was clever of you. But she would have been destroyed by us anyway.
So the strange transmissions that have been attacking our computers originate from here?
We merely amplify and focus Earth transmissions into specific sectors where we believe that there is danger. Your computers have a remarkable resilience. It is possible that they have imprinted their will on your subconscious, from organic computer to organic brain. It makes them formidable adversaries. If that is the case, you will have no right of appeal. I'm very sorry, but we will have to destroy not just your two computers, but all of you.
In SuperMass, Part 6 of Earthsearch 2 by James Follett, Sean Arnold played Commander Telson, Amanda Murray Shana, Haydn Wood Dav, and Catherine Hurlbutt Astra. Angel 1 was played by Sonia Fraser, and Angel 2 by Gordon Reed. Bran was Michael Maloney, Elka Jill Lidston, Tidy David Goodison, George Stephen Garlick, Theros John Warner, and SA7 Spencer Banks. Earthsearch 2 is directed by Glenn Dearman.